Hello students, welcome to the Sentences online classes. We are working from home. Students, today we will learn the concept of application under the topic application of derivative. So, if I ask you what will be the value of under root 36, so your answer would be 6. What will be the cube root of 27? The answer would be 3. And what would be the quadrilateral root of 256? The answer would be 4. Okay. So what if I ask you what will be the under root of 37? So you don't know the exact value, but you can tell that this value would be 6 plus something. What is this something? I really don't know, and we also don't know. Okay. What will be the cube root of 29? It would be 3 plus something, which this something is, we don't know. What will be the biquadral root of 257? It would be near about 4, but what is something is, we don't know. So we can use derivative as a tool, as an application to find out the approximate values of such kind of problem. So now we will look into deeper into the concept and how can we use derivative as a tool for the approximation. Okay students. Suppose we have a function y equals to fx. Okay, so if I am changing I'm making small change in x, then how large or how small change y will get. So that is the main core concept of the approximation. Suppose this is the curve of my function. This is my fx function, y equals to fx. At some point p, the x coordinate is x and the y coordinate is fx or y. It is the same thing. I call it y or fx, the same thing. So the coordinate of p would be x comma fx. Okay. If I make a small increment in x, suppose that is delta x. Okay. So the coordinate of point q would be x plus delta x, and my y becomes f x plus delta x. So it would be x plus delta x comma f x plus delta x. So this is the coordinate of q and these are the coordinate of p. This is my x and this is my fx. Okay. So now we all know that what would be the change in y. Suppose I am denoting with respect to x, the change in y is delta y. Delta y. So how much change happened? This is a value of change. So this will equal to fx plus x minus fx. So delta y would be fx plus delta x minus fx. It is the same concept which I have explained in the chapter 5 when I define the derivative. Okay. Now I am considering the change delta x is very small. So this it is equal to the differentiation of x. So I am considering dx equals to delta x, since delta x is very small. In same way, I am considering dy is equals to delta y. Okay, students. So now we know that dy over dx. Can I write it like dy is delta y and dx like delta x? Okay. So from here, the delta y, the value of delta y would be dy upon dx into delta x. So these 2 points we will use to find an approximate value in a question. Okay. Now I will write the algorithm the way we will solve the question. So please pause the video and note these 2 formulas. So these are the steps to solve an approximation problem. First of all, we will identify the function and will write into the form of y equals to fx. Suppose if you have given, you have to find the value of under root 2 36.05. So you will write, this is the form of under root x y equals to under root x, and let it equation number first. If you have given under root 35, you will say y equal to under root x. If you have given y equals to cube root of 39, you will say under root x cube. Yeah, or we could say y equals to x raised to 1 by 3, and this in the form of y equals to x raised to 1 by 4. Okay students, I hope it's clear. Then the next step would be, as per the function, choose nearest perfect x and delta x. What does it mean? Suppose I have to find out the value of under root 36.05. So I will write it as y equals to under root x. Okay. So now I have to find the perfect x. So in this case, what is the nearest perfect number? It would be 30x, because we know that the square root of 36 will be 6. So my x would be 36. Then what will be my delta x? Delta x would be 0.05. I hope it's clear, because x plus delta x combined, when they combine, we should get the problem. So it would be 36.05. In same way, if you have given y equal to under root x, so for this problem, what would be the value of x? The perfect square is 36. Then what would be the value of delta x? Equals to -1, because x plus delta x should be equals to 35. So then it becomes 35. Okay. So I hope it's clear. So as per the function, we will find out the perfect x and delta x. Now next step would be, in the previous concept I have told you that there is a formula delta y equals to fx plus delta x minus delta x. So from here we will find out the value of fx plus delta x, that would be delta x plus delta y. We will consider this as a second equation. Now we know that the formula of delta y equals to dy over dx dot delta x. So we will put the value of delta y in equation number 3rd, and finally we will get the value of fx plus delta x. Okay. So now please note down these steps. I know some things won't be clear, but when we'll solve an example, a question, you'll get to know everything very clearly. Okay. Now pause the video and note it down. Now we will look at the first question of exercise 6.4. Using differentials, find approximate value up to 3 places of decimals. And the question is under root of 25.3. So what is the first step? We will consider the function. And what kind of function is this? It's a square root function. Okay, so we will let y equals to under root x and consider this as equation number first. Okay, so now, and we will differentiate with respect to x, because in the further step we will require dy over dx. So I just simply differentiated dy over dx, and it will becomes, what is the differentiation of root x? It is 1 upon 2 under root x. Okay, what is our next step? The next step, we have to find the perfect value of x and delta x. So my question is 25.3. What is the nearest perfect square root to it? Obviously 25, because the square root of 25 is 5. So x would be 25 and delta x would be 0.3. Isn't it? Okay. So now what was the next step? We would say, we know that delta y equals to f x plus delta x minus fx. Okay. So delta y equals to f x plus delta x. It means 25 plus 0.3. It means f 25.3 minus f 25. Okay students. Now delta y equals to, what would be the value of f 25.3? Put 25.3 in the place of x, so it would become under root 25.3 minus, and f 25 would be under root 25. So delta y would be under root of 25.3 minus, this will become 5. So from here, under root 25.3 would be 5 plus delta y. Consider this as equation number 2nd. Okay. So now we have to find the value of delta y. If we have the value of delta y, then we good to go, and we are able to find the value of under root 25.3. So we know the other formula, that delta y equals to dy upon dx into delta x. So delta y equals to, what is the value of dy over dx? It is 1 upon 2 under root x into delta x. What is the value of delta x? It is 0.3. What is the value of under root x? It means under root 25. 0.3 equals to 1 upon, this becomes 5 into 5 to the 10 into 0.3. So delta y would be 0.03. Now put in second. Put in equation second. So the value of under root 25.3 would be 5 plus 0.03. 5.03 answer. Please note it down and pause the video. Now we will look at the question number 5, which is we have to find the value of 0.999 raised 1 upon 10. Okay. So first of all, identify the function. So function is the form of y equals to x raised to 1 upon 10. Okay. So now first of all we will differentiate it. So dy over dx would be 1 upon 10, x raised to 1 upon 10 minus 1. So it would become minus 9 upon 10, or I could say dy upon dx equals to 1 upon 10 x raised to 9 by 10. Now what would be the perfect value of x? Okay, so what is the nearest number whose 10th root is, you know that. So we know that 1 raised to 10, if I am taking the power 1 upon 10, it will equal to 1. So what is my perfect value of x? Here it is 1. Okay student. So now we have to choose the nearest, otherwise the next number would be 2 raised to 10. That would be the next perfect number. 10 raised to 2 raised to 10. So we have to choose the nearest. So that is why I am taking x equals to 1 is my perfect value of x, and the value of delta x would be minus 0.001, isn't it? Okay, now what would be the next step? We know that delta y would equals f x plus delta x minus fx. Okay, so delta y equals to f x plus delta x means 1 minus 0.01, it means f 0.999 minus fx, and fx is my 1. Okay, so delta y equals to, what would be the f 0.99? Put this at the place of x, so it becomes 0.999 is 1 upon 10 minus f1. So 1 is to power 1 upon 10, it always be 1. So from here 0.999 raised to 1 by 10 would equals to 1 plus delta y. Consider it as equation number second, and this one as first. Now we know that delta y equals to dy upon dx into delta x. So now value of dy over dx is 1 upon 10 x raised to 9 by 10 into delta x. Now put the values of all of these. So 1 upon 10, x is 1. So 1 to power anything would always be 1 into delta x is minus 0.001. So what would it become? Delta y equals to minus 0.001 upon 10, and it would become minus 0.0001. So now put in second. Put in second. So the value of 0.99 raised to 1 by 10 would be 1 minus 0.0001. So the answer would be 0.999. So this is the value of, approximate value of 10th root of the 0.999. Please note it down and pause the video.